Okay, on the other channel, I've been banned for 1 week for telling my truth about something that happened the last 3 years. I think that YouTube knows better. I should know, they don't know better. They're just slaves of the system. I am not. So here I am back on this channel, which is an older channel than the other one, non mi piego, which means I don't comply. I don't literally means don't bend over, but that is the meaning. I don't give in, so to speak. So I'm trying to make this channel alive again. In this channel, I play more. I should take up again the recorder, which was my first instrument ever. So, what to say? I will never stop telling my truth because some platform in America establishes what is right and what is wrong. Our community. I don't belong in any community. I don't belong to any community. I belong to myself, my brain, and logics. Okay? That's what I follow. I don't follow. Some people have vested interests in some, medical things and some drugs. I follow logics. My logics tells me that we have been told bullshit for 3 years, both about you know what and the war. Okay, so I know that this channel is less has less subscribers, and so to speak, but I don't give a shit because who cares? The number, the amount of subscribers, that's not what makes me happy, and is the level of discussion that interests me. Is if my opinions are taken into account by other people. It's a discussion. This is a channel. Both channels have in their profile picture me playing the trombone. That's it. This channel has been dormant for I don't know how long, and the other channel, I was really deceived by the feedback I had from Italians, because it's a lost cause. You try to make them understand the predicament we are in, both social, medicals, not because I believe I'm still alive. I didn't get the what. We cannot say that word. Because we are in the free world. So free, if I express divergent opinion, is called medical disinformation. Like YouTube is a medical platform. Who establishes what is right? You're not a doctor. Not even other people who speak about that thing are doctors, and many doctors and save lives for real, and they have a completely different version of reality, and they don't have vested interests like what's going now over there. You know my opinion. My opinion is this, if you catch my drift. This is what I think. That means I'm all against Nazi people. I don't care if Nazi people happen to be friends of us, the so-called free word. I don't think we are free. I think there is a image of freedom, but no substantial freedom. We are free to speak until our free speech touches certain interests. And what they say, they don't say you don't have free speech. They establish a kind of reality that they established, like this, and few are against that the reality. It's not you have different opinion. You are the rules of community tell you, say that you are spreading medical disinformation. First of all, I express my opinion. It's not that I am informing people something. I'm not uh, I don't sell drugs. Drugs, I mean medicaments, not drugs, narcotics. Um, uh, it's my opinion. In the future, you know what will happen if I have a different political view or reality? I spread political disinformation, misinformation, disinformation, whatever. Other things, people come open, see I'm speaking, and then they get away. What the hell is that? Can't you listen to somebody speak? What's wrong with you? Anyway, so I'm at. I really don't like this um, this topic reality we live in, where you know what's going on. At least I think I know. You express your opinion, and you get a strike. Metaphorical. This is like mafia does. They warn you one, two, three times, and then they let your activity blow up in the air. YouTube does the same. Third time, they cancel your channel. Why? Because you don't agree with YouTube or you don't agree with Facebook. You know, the the tide is turning. We are not the center of the world anymore. There's a new hub. Russia could be friends with us. They give gas, not oil, gas, the one used in your kitchen, for very little money. They established that Russia could not coexist with the United States. You know, there can be only one bully in the world, and it has to be the United States. I don't have anything against the United States in itself. I lived there, you can tell by the way I speak. In fact, in spite of the fact I don't really speak 100% American because I live in Italy and I lived as a child in England, so my accent is kind of busted. But I am all against the foreign policy of the United States. You know, they have been bad mouthing, speaking ill about Trump, but Trump is the only president who didn't wage any war during his mandate. That's a fact. And if you ask people, I hate Trump, why? He's a racist. And then you ask practically what? They cannot say anything. I don't think Trump is the best person in the world, but this is the lesser of two evils. You think in America you have a moron, senile person who's the president of the United States. He doesn't know where he's coming or going. He tries to speak to imaginary people, shake hands with people who are not there. He farts around. Literally, he farts around. It's not an idiom. He literally farts around. Okay? He's spreading his gas all over the place. But we cannot have gas from Europe. Okay? That's Joe Biden. Was he elected? I don't think so. I don't think he was elected at all. I saw all the data, I saw what happened, and there's no way such an unpopular person we see before election and after election, people cannot stand this old guy that looks and acts like he is much older than he is. He is really, I don't know, I couldn't have this person as the administrator of a condo in Italy. He couldn't. He doesn't understand shit. I pity him, but we want to speak about his son. Shall we speak about his son and the vested interests that his family has in Ukraine? They're going to shut this channel as well. I don't give a fiddler's fart. Listen, I think that United States is a divided country, really divided culturally. I think that the core of the United States is still wholesome. They still distinguish men from women. They don't want false women to get into women's restrooms. They don't want to compete in sports with women. They don't want children to change sex or gender, as they say, when they're underage, which means basically to be mutilated and castrated. When you couldn't get a beer, but you could get rid of your sexual organs because of a criminal ideology that at the end of the day want to get rid of the first step of a society, which is family. They want to castrate children. They want people to, to die if they want to immediately. Basically, the common ground of all this politics is to have less people on this bloody planet. Could be through bugs, could be through medicaments and drugs, which are worse than a bug. I don't know, whatever bug it is. I'm not speaking about a specific one. They want wars. They want economic crisis. They want to impose stringent and strict rules for the what was called global warming before. Well, they have orders. Change the word. Climate change. Whatever. How come immediately you call, and what about the war? Invader invaded. Okay, there's invader and it's invaded. Like in the Second World War, America invaded an invaded country, which was France, and then invaded another country. From the moment that they stepped on German soil, they were invaders. The moment they went to Iraq, they were the invaders. The moment they went to Afghanistan, they were invaders. They helped invaders, like in Libya, and they even were invaded. They just bombed the shit out of some countries. which Russia hasn't done in Ukraine till now, so in such like huge scale. Obviously, they bombed. Uh, I'm in favor of war. No, I'm not in favor of war, but it's a long story. I think that Russia could have avoided war. They'd say, okay, you're bullying us around. We prefer to be bullied rather to fight back. Americans always fight back. Why? Why Russia couldn't or shouldn't have fought back? Um, if you remember the crisis of missiles in Cuba, Americans cannot stand people to be near their borders with their nuclear weapons, but Russia has to. You see what? From the point of view of culture and music and movies and many other things, I'm all for United States. It's part of a culture. It's part of it's my language. I live there. I probably have more in common with an American person than with a Russian person. That doesn't mean they have to agree with what the United States is doing in the world. And many Americans have this attitude. I mean, writers, I wrote, I read books about these things written by Americans. So don't tell me you're anti-American, because if being American means being a bully and base your freedom on impoverishing other countries, nobody can be for America unless you're American. And even Americans, many people don't agree with this thing. But when you're a bully, you think like a bully. I'm speaking about very rich people, not American people. I'm speaking about the elite. I'm speaking about people who works for banks, for trusts and things like that, which are Americans, so to speak, but their mentality, their culture is globalist. They make their own interests, not the America's interests. They use the American um, army for their own purposes, okay? But I'm not against America in itself. I'm not against the United States. I think that it's a great country when it comes to music, as I said before, and a lot of things. Then there are other things that are bad about Americans. I mean, some movies are always the same shit. It's a recipe, so to speak. There are parts of their culture there is decadent, and speaking of the parts of America is hugely morbidly overweight. The part that believe in this gender theories, they swap white people to black people. We know for certain they were white, like Cleopatra, and they want everything to be inclusive. So you see the Lord of the Rings, the new edition, new movies with black people among dwarves or hobbits. I don't think it makes any sense. If a kind of population lives at the time, it was not like that. There was immigration. You could not see black people among Vikings, and you probably could not see white people among pygmies or Batusi in Africa. This exchange, yeah, you could see one exception, but in the Lord of the Rings, the new movies, why are there black people? You could make a movie about something that happened in Africa, and you would never see white people for the hell of it. You will never see a movie that takes place hundreds of years ago in Africa with a lot of bunch of black people, and in the middle, two or three white people. We don't know why they are there. They're there just for the hell of it, because we are all for white people, and there must be white people in a movie that happens in Africa when white people were not in Africa. But since we are reviewing reality according to new standards, we want to. I'm showing on the right from another point of view how stupid it is to put people of a different race in a situation where they they were not there. Okay, they were not white people 2,000 years ago or 1,000 years ago in Africa among Africans. And the Lord of the Ring, why are there people of the same stock, the same race? They are black. Doesn't make any sense. White, another book about an imaginary world set in the near the equator, where on this fantastic world, people are black. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't say I want to see a white person over there. No, they're black. Let them be black. If they are white, let them be in white. If they're set in a period, historical period, where they are mixed, okay. If you see an American movie, first of all, in certain parts of the United States, believe you me, in certain suburbs, 99% of people are white. If you set a story takes place in a village where there are no black people, you shouldn't always have black people because it's politically correct. On the other side, if something is set in Harlem and most people are black, most actors must be black. You reflect reality. You don't build a new politically correct reality where Cleopatra is black. Listen, Cleopatra could have been black. There's one chance in hell she was really black. I mean, why not Julius Caesar's black? Why not Genghis Khan black or white? Why couldn't have a biopics of Mao Zedong and Mao Zedong is Caucasian? It's simply, plainly stupid. It's not that you are racist. It's not being racist. It's being real. If I saw a movie about Idi Amin, which is a tyrant from Africa, and I saw the main actor being white, I say, what the fuck is that? Idi Amin was not white. Oh, you're a racist against white people. No, I'm white myself, but it doesn't make any sense. In fact, there are many black people who don't like this. I mean, listen, don't be patronizing. The worst thing you can do to somebody is patronize them. Like, oh, we let people, a percentage of people in university. You know what we do in Italy? We do that for disabled people. So in America, they do that for black people. So you equate black people in a way to disabled people. And they are not. They're like us. If you want to get into a university, you must study. You must earn your position, not because of your race. We do that for people with Down syndrome. Black people are like us. They don't need a helping hand to work, to study. It's demeaning. Some people take advantage of that, black people. Some people, even black people, do not agree. I do not agree. I do not agree with this tendency to attack white people, to attack heterosexual people, to attack black or white male. Obviously, I'm a white male heterosexual, but I don't find anything wrong with that. First of all, heterosexuals are the reason why we're still on this earth. Okay? It's a matter of fact. Family with a man or a woman are the basis of our society. I still believe, I can be wrong, that you will need a feminine figure and a masculine figure, yin and yang, two opposites. Okay, I still believe that if you want to be or different, but if you want to have children, you need to have a family, because otherwise you will get a child either with no family or with two mothers and two fathers. I don't agree. But if there are exceptions, if one of the two parents dies, okay. But generally speaking, I believe that we evolved through history, having a mother and a father. Okay, we I don't like the fact they are pushing on us this transgender, and they are very aggressive. Mainly these trans women, I mean people who are masculine, they're men, they still have this aggression of men, but they want to be treated like women. That's bullshit. Okay? So waiting for a new strike on this channel by bloody YouTube. Goodbye.